I headed out to the wild west coast of Haida Gwaii, and while I ended up with a few more people around than I prefer, I was successful in challenging my comfort zone and continued with filming and creating this beautiful campfire as planned. As expected, once the weekend ended, I was alone in this beautiful place and ready to start heading out on foot to explore the surrounding beaches before I would need to get my van back through this horrible mud pit so I could continue my explorations. So join me for my wanderings, a look into my past on this coast, and the peace and calm of quiet days in a remote location. Alright, hello! So today has been a weird day. I haven't been able to be productive, but I also haven't been able to truly relax. I'm just feeling, I guess, like I need to go for a walk. Which is usually my solution now. Anytime I feel unsettled, I go for a walk, and then usually after, I can focus or relax. So I checked out the low tide in front of camp. Oh, that is awesome. And then decided to go for a walk down the logging road. I've come to this trail, which is really pretty, to go check out a beach that I've actually never been to before. And these bangs are so long. I got them cut over 2 months ago now, and I really need to trim them. And I'm just working up the courage to do that myself. Because I see them all the time. But they're past the awkward stage of where they were poking my eyeballs. So that's good. But I definitely want to keep them, so I'm going to figure out how to trim them myself. I am not letting them grow out. I didn't spend long at the beach because I filled my arms with plastic drink bottles. Yeah, out the end of that sound is just open ocean. So you get a lot of trash washing up from fishing boats and across the northern Pacific. So most of those bottles had strange characters on. I can't even tell you what language, but yeah, those aren't beachgoers dropping their garbage. That's washing in from the ocean. And so I found in a lot of these more remote places there'll be something like that where you can put beach plastic only, not your own garbage, no animal attractants, just beach garbage. And I guess somebody comes and takes it away. All of the ones on Vancouver Island I've come across are these big bags, and they're usually on the beach at the back, and they airlift them out. And I do my best to always pick up some of the plastic when I'm at the beach that washes in from the ocean, because it's endless. It doesn't matter. You could completely clean the beach one day and go back the next and there'll be plastic. So yeah, it's really unfortunate, but it's that's just, the ocean's big and there's lots of all sorts of things in it. Hello, good morning. I was up early today, actually at 4:30 a.m. I spent an hour snuggling with Frank, and then I got up and started my day and had a really nice, slow, cozy morning. And then backed up all my footage over the last few days. And now I'm out for a walk. I'm going down to a beach. The reason I was up so early is because yesterday I was really tired. I was having allergies, seasonal allergies. The pollen here has caught up to me, and yeah, it just knocks me out sometimes. So my eyes were a wreck. I was just like it can't even stay awake, tired. So I was in bed early, so I was up early, and I saw a vehicle back there. So I know somebody has spent the night here. So I'm talking to you now, so I don't disturb them when I get down to the beach. But yeah, it's really nice to be up. So many birds, and it's so quiet out, and yeah, it means I'll get back in time to have a long day in camp with Frank and get that work done I didn't get to yesterday because pollen attack. So yeah, it's so nice in here though. Look at this. Yeah, I've just reached the trail down to the beach. I've walked the road from camp, so I get a nice actual walk in. And this camera's quite heavy, so I have to keep switching arms. It's quite a workout to hold like a few pounds just straight out like that. Feels really nice to be back here. I've thought of coming back to this beach many times. The last time I was here, Frank and I had so much fun. It was a beautiful sunny day. And actually, my first trip to Haida Gwaii was the first time I was filming with the intention of vlogging, where I was like actually talking to the camera. I had filmed stuff before, but just like a pano of the scenery or something. And you know, I never ended up editing together or telling a story with any of the footage I took my first trip here, but I have clips from my 5 weeks here and a bunch of them of me talking. So in the spirit of this video of me doing things out of my comfort zone, I'm going to share a couple of those clips from the last time I was at this beach. It was actually right over there. I'm not going to go because the tide's coming up and it's not worth it. But yeah, I'll share one of me and Frank playing, and then one of me talking to the camera, which as I'm saying that, like my being is cringing, but you know, you don't get into making videos and talking to the camera being comfortable with it at first, or at least I didn't. And it is nice to have older footage to look back on and be able to see how much I've grown. So I hope you find it entertaining. Sit down. Sit. Correct. You're crazy. Come on. Hey, so we're here at Bonanza Beach in Reynolds Sound, and there's this really neat tide pool I found. There's little fish, sculpins, I think, sea anemones, a whole bunch of hermit crabs, mostly in olive snail shells, but some of them have fancier homes. and I like to watch them fight. It's kind of silly, but they always try to take each other out of the shell and like take each other's homes. Don't drink that, it's salty water. It's gross. Yeah, we'll go find a creek. Yeah, so it's just been really, really rainy the last couple days. And yeah, it's been really rainy the last couple days, so we've just been hanging out in the van, staying dry and cozy and writing. And then today I woke up, it's a glorious sunny day, so we walked from our van at Cone Head over to Bonanza Beach here. And just being enjoying the sandy beach, and then decided to come out and check out these rocky headlands because the tide's going out. These rocky headlands hide some pretty neat treasures in the tide pools, and just fun to like watch like a little world of life just doing its own thing. The fish are kind of scared of me, but I understand that because birds come and eat them. So beware what's in the sky, I guess. Oh, there's a cool chitons. Those are really old. Hi, fish. That's cool. Oh, it's like this big. I love tide pools. It's been so nice just chilling here. It's kind of like the wild west coast of Haida Gwaii. A lot more rugged beaches and tidal energy, and a lot rockier. It's pretty neat. Watching that footage back, I really don't come across as awkward as I remember feeling. It was actually really hard for me in those early years of filming myself talking to the camera to review the footage, and because I wasn't reviewing the footage, I wasn't able to learn from my mistakes. I didn't notice things like how bad the audio was and how little wind it took to just kind of make a mess of the track. And it just takes a lot of practice in being uncomfortable before it finally starts to get easier. For me, now I'm quite comfortable talking to the camera and making videos. But even once I got to the point where I was comfortable talking to the camera, I was still really uncomfortable with doing things like sponsor integrations. But now I can confidently say that the sponsor of this video is Drink Element. Element is a super tasty electrolyte water that comes in a 16-ounce can of sparkling beverage, or their drink mix, which I've talked about many times. However you choose to enjoy it, it has the same great flavor and the same science-backed blend of electrolytes with none of that other BS you absolutely don't need. And aside from it tasting great, the reason to consume an electrolyte beverage is because whenever you sweat, you lose electrolytes, and electrolytes play a vital role in so many different functions within the body, making it really, really important to replenish them. I've been getting out hiking almost every single day, working up a sweat around camp, and I just feel so much better when I make sure to stay properly hydrated with enough water and quality water by adding electrolytes such as Element, which I'm a huge fan of. And part of working with Drink Element means that I have an exclusive offer that you won't find anywhere else on the internet. You can only get it through Element partners like myself, and that is if you go to drinklmnt.com/TIDELINETOALPINE and make a purchase of any drink mix. You're going to get the sample pack included, and the sample pack has 8 of their tasty flavors, so you can see which one you'd like to try next. And the great thing about this deal is every time you make a drink mix purchase, if you go to my link, you're going to get the sample pack included. It doesn't matter if it's your first, your 10th, or your 100th time shopping from Drink Element. If you go to my link, you're going to get those bonus 8 packs included, and it does really help support the channel. And they also have amazing customer service with a no hassle money back guarantee. So if you're on the fence, I recommend giving it a try. I've gotten so many comments since I've been working with Element that you guys love it and drink it as often as I do, so that's great to hear. Thanks again to Element for sponsoring this video, and now let's get back to the beach. I don't know if you've noticed, this beach is very nice and flat, and the beach I went to yesterday was quite a bit steeper. And the reason for that is the amount of energy the beaches are getting from the ocean. And so the beach I went to the other day has an open view straight out the channel, so you get the wave energy coming straight in from the open Pacific. But this beach is facing into the channel and not out of the channel, so the waves actually have to like come around. Huh, was that me? Oh, it was. Those are my steps. I was like, somebody's here with the same shoes as me. Anyways, this beach, the waves actually have to turn, so they don't, not as much energy comes to the beach. And what'll happen on beaches like, say, Sombrio, where I hang out a lot, is in the winter, when there's more storms and bigger waves, the beach will get steeper. And then in the calmer season, the summer, the beach will become a little shallower and not quite as steep. And you'll notice, especially there, is a really good example of it, the energy of different parts of the beach and the different steepnesses of them. So yeah, it's just, I don't know if that's universal, but something I learned in university and I retained and I've been thinking about the last couple days. I am back home with my precious Frankie. I don't know if you can see him in the shadows there, but he's cozy and sleepy and doesn't want to go outside. There looks to be just a wall of rain headed this way, and I'm so hungry. So I've got the stove going while I can. And what I've done is I had boiled a bunch of like tiny potatoes. So I've smashed them and I'm frying them with a bunch of oil, and then I'm gonna fry up a bunch of tofu. I think that should get me through the day. I am so excited about this. The potato fell apart a little bit more than I was expecting, but that's fine. And I'm gonna have it with this onion and thyme savory spread. Ooh, I picked this up at the health food market in town as well. Natural foods. They have lots of like local kind of BC stuff, so. Huh. If you haven't tried savory spreads before, I definitely recommend giving it a go. Yum. Okay, it's gonna be a good day. I'm excited to just hang out inside with Frank. The weather, oh, it literally just started to rain. I've just come inside and closed the door. I got this meal cooked in the nick of time. I was gonna say it can go ahead and rain all day, and Frank and I are gonna be cozy and warm and probably get a bunch of editing done. Alright, hello. I'm sorry I didn't film my getting out of there. Because it's raining. It rained all day yesterday. Like a lot. Especially in the night. And then this morning it stopped for a few hours and like it kind of drained a bit, and I had this realization that if something were to happen to me or Frank while we're down there and I have that entire mud pit to try to get through to get out, like in an emergency, that would be like a really bad situation. So I just like couldn't let myself stay down there anymore. I'm low on water. I'm basically out of power. It took me over an hour to get out. I had to reset the tracks like at least 15 times. I basically inched my way out of there. And to like set the track, you have to like dig, like get it so you can get it like under the tire. Like you can't just have it like that. It needs to be like this. So you kind of like gotta dig the mud a bit, get the track under, and then when you go, it also like seems to slide the track back a bit, so you don't actually get like a full track length every time. And then the track's like caked in mud, so you have to like peel it out of the mud, get some of the mud off, dig, reset. It was a whole ordeal. I knew I would get out of there. I got out of there. It's very rewarding. And the only reason I was willing to go down there is because I was confident in my ability to get back out, and I had the equipment I needed. It could have been a lot more work. It was already a lot of work. It was definitely a lot more work than getting in there. The rain yesterday did not help. In recent years, I have been feeling a little timid on the back roads. I've lost a bit of my confidence. I've started being a lot more cautious, which isn't a bad thing. But getting myself out of there made me remember how confident I am, like how hard I'm willing to work, and how great I'm able to stay calm in a situation that demands I stay calm and work hard to get myself out. So I did it. I just cleaned all the mud off the traction boards and stuff, and yeah, it's I got like a free bang cleaning in the rain doing that. But yeah, it was hard work, and it was good practice. So I think now I haven't like had coffee or anything. It's got something in my eye. So yeah, I'm gonna just make coffee and get warm and relax a bit, and then I'll probably end up driving and going for an adventure today. And I don't know if I'll film it or not because it's raining, but yeah, I'm out and I'm gonna leave that mud pit looking treacherous so that anyone who goes through it knows exactly what they're getting into. I'm currently walking this trail along a river, and these spruce trees are absolutely huge. That does not do it justice. Oh my goodness. It is so big. That is one of the biggest spruce trees I think I've ever seen. It is so nice in here. It is so lush and calming in here after the past few days of rain. Everything is super green. The river is flowing well, and yeah, it's just been a really nice time walking. I've been going slow, just kind of relaxing, taking it all in. I wanted to go for a soothing hike today, and this trail does go down to the beach, but you can only cross the river at low tide, and with 5 to 6 meter tide swings, that matters. And I set out at mid tide and rising, so I knew I wouldn't be able to get to the beach, and I got most of the way there, and then just like this jumble of huge trees and rotten wood, and I tried a few different ways, and honestly I'm not feeling great today. I'm battling nausea, which it's not my favorite, but it happens occasionally. And yeah, so I've just decided to keep this a fun, enjoyable, relaxing experience. And I've just turned back. And that's totally fine. And it doesn't, it's not a hit to my ego, you know? It's really nice to be at that kind of point in life. I used to take achievement so seriously, and now it's great to be in a place in my life where I'm just happy to look at the moss in the trees and how beautiful and green it is, and you know, just be outside. I was walking along this abandoned road, which I'm quite fond of, but then I came to realize that there was fresh steps going in the same direction as me, and it's highly unlikely there's a human ahead because it did say no trespassing. But yeah, I'm just not really in the mood to run into a bear today, or Bigfoot. Most likely a bear, or two, or three. So, check it out another time. I really enjoyed having a quiet time out here on the West Coast, even if it did make this video rather uneventful. It was a peaceful place to be, and that's what I wanted to share about it, rather than focusing on the van recovery efforts. I get that that might have made for a better video, or at least a more dramatic thumbnail, but I didn't go through the mud for content. I went for myself, to guarantee a clear view of the ocean. And I personally don't respect creators who invite trouble into their lives just for the sake of clicks. I do my best to share the ups and downs of life on the road in an honest way, but I won't create drama to grow my channel. Nor will I disregard my personal needs to capitalize on the situation. Perhaps if I'd had more energy when I decided to get through the mud, I might have filmed with a rainproof camera, but I quite honestly didn't have it in me. So if you've watched this far, thank you for being a part of my attempt to live a calm and peaceful life in wild places. It means so much to me that you choose to tune into my videos and share such kind and beautiful comments. A huge thank you to patrons who make these beautiful videos possible. And just a reminder, it's free to subscribe, and I appreciate you clicking that button, leaving a comment, and hitting that thumbs up. In the next adventure, I take Frank on a paddle camping trip, and a bear plays a shocking visit to camp. So I hope to see you there.